Alright, so here we are at the beginning of Marvel Phase 2 Day. So I just finished Iron Man 3, and this is a movie that I've really changed my opinion on over time, I think. The funny thing is, this is only, I think, the second or third time I've seen it. I remember when this first came out, I thought it was like, okay, it kind of worked. I think I even did like a midnight screening review or something on it, if you want to go look that up. But, like, I do like it. I do think there's a lot of good in it, but I remember coming out, I was like, wow, Killian's plan is kind of stupid in regards specifically to Pepper Potts. And the complaint I've always had about that like kind of sort of still holds true is why would you risk giving your hostage superpowers? Yeah, and I've heard, oh well, there's an army of superpowered people to fight her if that happens. Yeah, sure, but still, why though? And so that's always kind of had me scratching my head and stuff. And I mean, just in general, I think that like Killian's plan in regards to her has always confused the hell out of me. Like, okay, she's there as this trophy and also to motivate Tony. So like, does he really think she's gonna end up with him once he kills Tony or whatever? Hell no. So it's just, I don't know. It's always confused the hell out of me. But otherwise, the stuff I really like about this, I really, really like Tony Stark's character journey in here. His character arc in here is great. How he goes from, only thinking of himself as an extension of the suit to realizing the suit is an extension of him. It's a really ambitious move, I feel, on the production crew's part to have Tony not be in the suit through so much of this movie. And you get some really satisfying action scenes, like that scene in the bar with him versus the Extremis lady is really good. As he takes down the security staff is also really good. And the suit action really does help intensify all that too. The really big set piece with him saving all the people that have fallen out of Air Force One is a really great moment. There's also a lot of political commentary in here too. I think all of the Iron Man movies, to one degree or another, deal with the military-industrial complex and its effect on our society and the privatization of war. This one possibly the most so in regards to how it comments on the war on terror. I really like Aldrich Killian has a line where he's like, I'll have the most powerful Western leader in the world in one hand and the world's most feared terrorist in another. I'll have a one-man monopoly on the war on terror. And that's a really, really interesting point, given how much of the war on terror has been commercialized. A lot of people don't know about this, but it is interesting to look into some of the background of what has happened in the war, particularly early days Iraq, and how much of the military was privatized and stuff like that. So that's some research for yourself if you're at all interested. But ultimately, getting back to Tony's character, I think that is the thing that is absolutely the best and on point about this film, and how Tony Stark goes from, building all these suits obsessively and thinking of himself, again, as an extension of the armor, which is why he's building a million suits and why he's focusing so heavily on that in his fears about the possible return of the Chitauri post-Avengers. And yeah, I find that really interesting how he goes through this journey and he realizes he doesn't need the suit, and that's why he takes he doesn't need the suit to be Iron Man. He is Iron Man, but more importantly, he's Tony Stark. And I think that all culminates really well in how he takes the arc reactor out of his chest at the end. And now he doesn't need to feel like he needs that close to him. Trying to think if there's anything else I really, really want to get into. I do feel, complaint-wise, I do feel that War Machine is a little wasted in this, and that's kind of disappointing because the next time we see him is Civil War, and he kind of gets taken out there, really unfortunately, too. I don't know what we're going to be, looking at for future, since this looks like it's going to be the last Iron Man movie. I think Robert Downey Jr. said he's leaving post Infinity War. So we'll see what happens. I like the stuff with the kid in here, though. I think Harley is an interesting character and kind of serves an interesting role in this, given that this is a Shane Black movie, and so it takes place at Christmas, and he kind of fits that role of like the kid that warms up the guy who needs to learn the true meaning of Christmas. I really wish the Christmas dressing was more prevalent here, but it's just not. But I like the scene between Harley and Tony where he's like, "I'm cold, take me with you." He's trying to get more to his good side, but Tony's just not there yet, or not readily able to embrace feelings for other people that he's not intimately close with. So yeah, I don't know. There's a lot in this movie to like, and I do think it's a. I'm not surprised that this is seen as one of the weaker installments in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because it just requires, I feel, a little more credit to be given to it, and it doesn't hold your hand as much. It doesn't walk you through as much as the other Marvel films, I feel, do. But it is, yeah, it's easily the best Iron Man film, unless you count Civil War. But I think that's just more of an Avengers 3, you know? Anyway, that's going to do it for the Iron Man 3 review. Next up is Thor: The Dark World. So, see you then.